Afghanistan, 2021. Amir entered backyard. Several dog crates sat in the corner, but inside were living American soldiers. Among them was Captain Jessica. She had endured days of captivity and various tortures, yet she clenched her teeth to inspire hope in her subordinates. Seeing Jessica's continued defiance, Amir devised another vicious plan. He removed 4 soldiers' restraints, forced a circle formation. He decided to execute Jessica by stoning. One soldier finally snapped and threw down his stone. Without hesitation, Amir shot a bystander dead. The soldier reluctantly retrieved his stone and hurled it at Jessica. This action triggered a chain reaction. A hail of stones rained down on Jessica's body. As she teetered on death's brink, helicopter rotors thundered overhead. Gunships unleashed suppressing fire on the area. Commandos swiftly rescued the barely conscious Jessica. But Amir refused to surrender. He fired an RPG, destroying a hovering helicopter. The remaining soldiers evacuated via another gunship. Jessica vehemently protested, demanding they return for her subordinates. Despite her desperate screams, the pilot ignored her. Jessica watched helplessly as her 4 subordinates were executed. Swearing bloody vengeance, she vowed retribution. Hello everyone, I'm Detective K. Welcome to Shadow Archives. Today we examine Action File number 150, a new film starring French enchantress Eva Green titled Dirty Angels. 1 year later, at Pakistan girls' school, girls hid in restrooms smoking and chatting. Gunfire suddenly crackled outside. Extremist militants stormed the school. The cheerful atmosphere shattered instantly. Students screamed and fled in panic. Emma, the group's leader, recognized following the crowd meant certain death. She led her friends to the rooftop. Peering cautiously, Emma saw classmates herded like livestock into trucks. A security guard hid girls in a classroom, only for militants to break down the door and shoot him dead. Amir waited outside. Watched students arriving. Demanded minister's daughter. Teacher lied about absence. Amir shot teacher. Ordered a school search. Emma witnessed event. New unsafe location. Tried car escape. Militants intercepted her. Shoved militant downstairs. She grabs a rifle and fires. Another charging man falls to her bullets. But when she aims at Amir, her gun clicks empty. The girls retreat to the rooftop, now trapped with no escape. Amir seizes Emma by the throat. He recognizes her as his prime target. Despite the peril, Emma remains composed. She coldly mocks him as a demon who slaughters innocents. Amir laughs bitterly and restrains her violently. He orders 2 girls thrown off the roof to make an example. Emma and 6 other officials' daughters are imprisoned. Though terrified, Emma clings to hope. She knows her high status will delay execution. True to form, Amir releases a global video that night. Officials must each deliver 10 million within 5 days. Plus, secure a Taliban-held holy man's release. Otherwise, all girls die. As chaos escalates, a hearing unfolds at a California military base. Since Jessica's return, she's accused pilots of insubordination, causing 4 deaths. The colonel loses patience. He berates Jessica publicly. Pilots risked their lives extracting you from enemy lines. Now you bite the hand that saved you? Disgusting. He adjourns the hearing, dismissing her. Fuming, Jessica vents her rage in the boxing ring. Travis arrived. Freshly showered, Jessica confronts his motives. Travis shows photos of Emma and others. The CIA sent a team 3 days prior. They were wiped out upon reaching Afghanistan. A new approach is needed. Form a female majority team. Enter Afghanistan as aid workers. Travis displays Amir's photo. Jessica's fury ignites. She immediately joins the mission. Soon, Jessica boards a plane to Pakistan. Led by the driver Abbas, they headed to the hideout. CIA agent Rocky brought her into the room. The rest of the team was waiting there. The team included a tech genius sister, weapons expert Rachel, and demolitions master Terry. There was also a doctor couple. Obtained Afghan aid permission. But crossing the border was now their biggest challenge. To stay safe, they decided not to carry any weapons. no one could guarantee militants wouldn't dismantle vehicles for inspection. Jessica went to internet cafe. She inserted her laptop. She connected with a Taliban woman named Aviana. Jessica leveraged past rescue, tasked Aviana with intel. Meanwhile, Travis called. He had arrived in Pakistan. Jessica rushed to meet him. Minister appeared. Mentioned Bashir at border. Bashir could help them cross the border. This gave Jessica and Travis some reassurance. Team entered Afghanistan. Abbas drove. But Jessica didn't trust him. Rode Malik's truck. Reached border checkpoint. Abbas got out to explain to the soldiers, but the soldiers were hostile. Slashed medical boxes. The doctor angrily confronted them to little effect. Amid the chaos, a white-bearded man approached swiftly. Ordered vehicles passed. Jessica and Travis realized this was Bashir. Bashir revealed intentions. He discreetly handed Travis a note with a phone number. He urged Travis to contact him for any help needed. Thus, the group cleared border checks and entered Afghanistan. As they drove, a massive prison came into view. Malik told Jessica, the priest they call the Saint is imprisoned there. But he didn't understand why Amir insisted on saving him. Soon they arrived at a military base. After unloading supplies, soldiers urged them to leave. Fortunately, Abbas bought them some time. He then signaled Travis to look behind. There was a hidden armory there. Travis noted this discreetly. He led everyone to a hotel to rest. He approached Rachel and Teresa, invited retrieve cached weapons. Meanwhile, Jessica has taken action. Entered market house. Pistol pressed head. Jessica calmly disarms her assailant and subdues them. To her surprise, it's Awina hiding here. The two embrace tightly, celebrating their reunion. Awina reveals she's located where the girls are imprisoned. Meanwhile, Travis's team arrives at their destination. Found building rubble. Travis erupts in fury but can do nothing. He and Rachel return to the hotel. Met Rocky downstairs. Rocky showed sniper rifle, but it's inadequate for their current crisis. Unbeknownst to them, Amir is making his move elsewhere. He summons a blonde girl. With feigned kindness, he offers her freedom, on condition she delivers a letter to Taliban police. The overjoyed girl agrees without hesitation. Soon, she's escorted to the police station. Officers find only taunts when opening the letter. They spot Amir's henchmen fleeing outside. The car explodes in a deafening blast. Flames and shockwaves shatter the entrance, engulfing all three. The thunderous explosion echoes across the city. Team checked balcony. Abbas dispatches Malik to gather intel. The others retreat to plan their next move. Jessica soon arrives, producing coordinates of the girl's location. She explains Awina works as a nurse, learned during Amir's wife's birth. Gathered intel from chatter. Yet knowing the location changes little as they lack weapons for a rescue mission. Travis has an idea. Raid the military base's armory. They'll risk stealing weapons there. That night, an incendiary device is thrown into a gas cylinder shop near the base. A massive explosion erupts. Soldiers scrambled. Drove to blast a site. Only 3 guards remain, each precisely taken down by Rachel. The team hides in a pickup truck and speeds toward the armory. Abbas disguises himself, shouting, "Enemy attack!" Distracted guards turn to grab ammo. Jessica and Travis swiftly eliminate them with knives. The team begins a free shopping spree, loading all usable weapons into their truck. Deployed drone surveillance. Enemy returned. Teresa decisively placed 2 landmines outside the armory. Took cover behind vehicles. As the enemy charged forward, intense fire erupted. Tevez pulled the trigger and launched an RPG. Shot-pierced warehouse. Fortunately, the mines detonated and instantly destroyed the cars. But as they fled, a fallen soldier suddenly opened fire. Doctor killed. This scene reminded Jessica of her traumatic past. Ordered, retrieve bodies, and asked, if it was Abbas, would you still run away? Malik reluctantly turned the vehicle around. They eliminated the approaching soldiers. loaded the bodies onto the pickup truck, Tevez stopped to provide cover. But more soldiers had returned. He was shot immediately upon opening the door. Jessica pulled him in, repelled first attack. Teresa set bombs to blow up the cars, successfully stopping the pursuers. But when they reached safety, Tevez had stopped breathing. The group's hearts heavy. They hadn't expected 2 casualties on their first mission. Rocky finally snapped. He shoved Jessica and demanded, "Why did we go back?" Unexpectedly, Jessica retorted firmly, "Feared enemy taking bodies. They could identify us all through the doctor's records." This left Rocky speechless. But only Jessica knew. That wasn't her main reason for returning. Though this wasn't the time for arguments. Jessica contacted Bashir using the number from the note. She had Black Sister trace his signal. Rushed overnight. They only sought ground to bury their comrades. Hearing Jessica's plea, Bashir sighed and reluctantly agreed. Found Minister inside. Minister present. She bluntly stated, "With 2 members lost, our mission just got harder." Police found the kidnapped girl's ID in the bombed police station. This deepened the minister's anxiety. He prepared $10 million overnight to ransom his daughter. But Black Sister discovered the money was counterfeit. Minister admitted she intends to keep the money, to create opportunities for Jessica and the others to get close to Amir. Unaware of this, Amir summoned Emma to his room alone. Then he made an unexpected demand. He proposed to marry Emma because recent events had shown Amir that Emma was an extraordinarily resilient woman. Their children would naturally become outstanding warriors. Emma angered. She swore she'd rather die than marry Amir. Amir expected reaction. He promised that if Emma agreed, he would give the other girls to his trusted men. Their lives would be spared. This shameless ultimatum enraged Emma. She spat right in Amir's face. Yet her defiance wavered, knowing her friends' lives hung in the balance. Meanwhile, Tevez and the others had been buried at Bashir's house. As Jessica mourned, she received word of suspicious vehicles approaching. Team rushed out. They saw Owina emerge from one vehicle. Owina explained events. Amir had decided to move the girls to a new location. The Taliban government believed extremists had attacked the base. They were transferring the holy man to a high-security prison. This gave Jessica a new idea. Since Amir wanted both money and the holy man, and they already had the money, planned hijack holy men to force Amir into negotiation. Scouted prison exterior. Drone showed convoy. They raced ahead on motorcycles, relayed intel. The team armed their RPGs, ready to strike. But as Dark Sister dismounted, Rocky spotted an approaching bus, avoided civilian harm, intercepted convoy. She forced the bus to stop, but her bike overturned at high speed. She slid uncontrollably under the vehicle. The prisoner convoy appeared moments later. Targeted convoy. Cross detonation line. A roadside pole crashed onto the lead vehicle. RPG streaked through the air, obliterating the convoy instantly. Rescued Holy Man. Jessica and Black Sister went to rescue Rocky. Leg stuck. As enemy reinforcements arrived, Jessica had to instruct Rocky, code claim U.S. soldier. Risked abuse. The Taliban would keep her alive for potential deals with the U.S. Ran toward vehicle. Abbas, who was fighting back, turned to leave upon seeing this. Unexpectedly, a bullet struck him squarely in the back. Malik hurriedly helped his brother into the trunk. The others swiftly fled the scene. But Abbas had already stopped breathing. After returning to Bashir's home, they buried him next to Tavis. Jessica and Malik stood before the graves, mourned comrade. Suddenly, Owina's voice came from inside the house. Rocky on screen. Taliban listed crimes. Though furious, Jessica remained unafraid. A single English phrase from Rocky would restrain them from brutality. But to everyone's surprise, to protect their identities, she started praising Allah in the local language. These words sealed her death sentence. The soldier slit Rocky's throat without hesitation. The gruesome sight drove Jessica's rage to its peak. Rush rescue attempt. There she found Owena hiding in a corner with a phone. Jessica instantly realized she was the mole. Without a word, she knocked Owena unconscious. Black Sister grabbed Owena's phone. Amir approached. Thinking quickly, Jessica. Retrieved money, hid car. Completed hid tasks. They watched Amir arrive with his armed entourage. Seeing the Saint and Owena by the wall, Amir immediately prioritized, urging them to leave first. He briefly inspected the cash, then returned to his new hideout triumphant. Jessica ordered Black Sister to track her phone's signal. She had secretly placed her phone in the money bag, planning to locate Amir's headquarters. Unaware, Amir returned to his converted base. He explained rescue reason: to officiate his wedding with Emma. Amir approached Emma's cell, signaling it was time for her final decision. Checked sleeping companion. She knew she had no choice but to agree to marry Amir. Meanwhile, Jessica and her team arrived at the outskirts of the mine. They raised their weapons and cautiously approached. Neutralized patrol. Unknown layout. Charging in blindly would be suicidal. Jessica infiltrated the mine through a ventilation shaft. Blended crowd. Approach screens. She finally located the imprisoned girls. Took elevator down. Located cells hid. She sent a message summoning the others. Mobilized. Snapped officer's neck. Planted bombs. Meanwhile, Emma donned a bridal gown and entered Amir's room. But upon realizing she was just a child, the Saint adamantly refused to approve. This enraged Amir beyond measure. He slit the man's throat in one fluid motion. A subordinate approached with a money bag moments later. He had discovered the hidden phone inside. Amir realized tricked. Thought Owena betrayed. Shot her. He then ordered all women to be rounded up. Forced identification. Cornered. The female doctor detonated her bomb. Malik fired an RPG at the entrance. Chaos erupted instantly. Took down Maid. Went to cells armed. She encountered Jessica's team rescuing the girls. Jessica directed them to escape via the elevator. She went to check on the female doctor, only to find her lifeless body. Before she could grieve, Amir roared and charged with his blade. Rival enemies locked in mortal combat. Their deadly duel commenced immediately. As more armed militants swarmed in, the girls faced renewed danger. Bashir opened fire with his machine gun. His fierce barrage left him exposed. He was ultimately riddled with bullets. Malik detonated explosives, covering the girls' escape to vehicles. Jessica's fight with Amir reached its climax. Struck Amir. He rushes forward, picks up the machete, and slashes the opponent's neck. Then he seizes Amir's hands, preventing him from stopping the gushing blood. He watches as Amir slowly succumbs to death. After avenging her grudge, Jessica carries Amir's body and prepares to leave. Found trapped comrade. Stopped rescue. Urged mission first. Jessica understands this too. Swallowing her reluctance, she escapes the mine with the girls. A military helicopter arrives and evacuates everyone on board. But Jessica refuses to leave. Malik sees this and realizes she's going back for Black Girl. Stayed with her. The two drive back toward the mine. But the situation remains unresolved. Dirty Angel is an action film released in 2024. On a 5-star rating scale, AK gives the characters 4 stars. Green's appearance in this film completely redefines audience expectations. Whether it's due to makeup or not, she appears strikingly gaunt in the movie. Combined with constant dust and bloodstains, there's no trace left of that seductive bombshell. Remembering when we first watched Casino Royale, Eva's breathtaking beauty was divine. Looking at her now, it's truly heartbreaking. The plot gets 3 stars. While reading reviews, AK found some viewers calling it the female Expendables. There's indeed some resemblance. Sadly, the plot is too straightforward, preventing proper development of supporting characters, and leaving no lasting impressions. Notably, director Martin Campbell also helmed Casino Royale. This marks his reunion with Ava since 2006. What do you think of this movie? Share your thoughts in the comments. Alright folks, that's all for today's archives. Please like and subscribe. I'm Detective K. See you in the next case file. Bye!